Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the first episode of our new podcast called Galactic Squabble. I'm your host, Mahmud, and in this podcast, we're going to talk about and discuss about things that are happening around us, and we're gonna give our opinion and thoughts and discuss on diverse topics on this podcast. But before we jump into the topics, let me introduce you to our members who are going to share their thoughts and views with me today on this podcast. So first of all, we have the poet, the literary creator, Tahsin Tamid Khan.
Hello, I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Tahsin. And then we have the face of Break You Death posting group with over 10,000 members, the meme lord, Sadik Sharier.
Hello. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadik. Then we have the artist, the creator, the painter, Sadia Rahman.
Thank you. Hello, and it's really cool that I get to sit with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadia. And finally, we have the independent traveler who travels all around Bangladesh, no matter what what the obstacle is. She is Rukaiya Shaukat.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Thank you, Rukaiya. So, guys, how are you guys?
It's if I talk about myself, it's been a good year or so. Considering the situation that's going around, I would say it's been quite okay. Yeah, that's all from
Yeah,
me.
that's in the thing you said, the situation that's going around us. So, we're gonna just jump into the first topic that we're gonna discuss in today's podcast, and that is what is happening with the media and the consent and the privacy. As you can see in the recent event, when the school got reopened, one news clip showed a classroom full of girls. I think it's a Vikarnasa school classroom, and the cameraman, the news reporter, zoom in on a girl face, and that video got memed in the online space, in the social media, and it got viral very quickly. And now that girl is facing harassment and bullying. People are taking pictures of her and bullying her in real life. So first of all, I want to go to Tahsin, and I want to say, what is your opinion on this issue?
First of all, I would say the situation is very sad. What happened to the girl? I think this type of situations can always be avoided if journalists in general take consent of the people. I know they took some consent from the schools or the institutions, but if you look at the overall scenario, what's happening around us, they may take consent from the schools or authorities, but in a personal level, when we justify someone, we should take their consent, because without their consent we don't know what they will do, or they are not aware like how we are going to represent them. So when we take their consent, they also know that they're being recorded or videoed, and so they can go to a position where they feel comfortable and where they may act in a certain way. So taking consent from people, the journalists, it should be a must. And I think there are laws regarding it, and still these laws are being avoided by different journalists of different channels and newspapers.
Speaking about laws and the regulation that are placed in Bangladesh for stopping this kind of activities, I want to go to Ruka Shaukat. Do you have anything on this matter? Do you want to share your opinion on the privacy and the consent of women in representing in the media in Bangladesh?
Yes, sure. Thank you for asking me the question. So it's actually not only about women. I think we should generalize this question because privacy is, everyone has his or her own privacy, and as a journalist, that guy should have asked for her permission that can I zoom in to a national television. So there are actually three areas for privacy places in journalistic ethics. That first one is place, and then anonymous, and then private privacy. So this
Yes.
was the third law that specifically that third law the journalist guy broke, that
Yes.
he should have asked for her permission. My
Okay.
question is, or my issue is, with that video is that why that girl was focused
Being
and
zoomed
why,
on.
yes, being zoomed on, why that specific girl, and why someone has to be zoomed in. That's my question. I think
That's a
it
great point you point out, Susanna, because like the news is about the reopen of the classroom. They could have just showed the classroom and they didn't have to zoom in one particular girl. So that's a great question. Now the video is being viral and being memed is on in social media because it getting lots of views in social media in Facebook. People are sharing left and right.
Even though I'm not agreeing or saying that whatever the journalist had done is legal or can be justified, but and even though it's illegitimate and problematic, but isn't it something that we have been seeing oftentimes in news, like when there is a board examination is going on or when the result is out, and isn't it something that we are familiar with in times of occurrences like this? And over the time, I think it has even got normalized that people do not even bother about it much up until this incident that got viral through social media. So I think
That's
social media has something to do with it.
Yeah, social media. That's a great point, Sadia. Speaking of social media, this event got viral in social media. People sharing it left and right, and it getting memed, and people are screenshotting it, putting it in the comments, putting that girl's face in the comment, and adding mean comments to it. So I want to go to Sadik Sharia, who runs a Facebook group called Bracu Dead Posting with over 10,000 members. So I want to go to and ask Sadik, what do you think? Like, is it right, is it fair to share like personal things on social media, like not considering privacy and consent?
Thank you, Mahadi. So, first of all, I want to say that what there are actually two reasons why the journalists do it. Either it is because of if you zoom into that girl, just like showing random pictures of girls during the board exam, so it will get you more attention. So this could be one of the reasons. Or secondly, they have done it just randomly, so it got viral. So whatever the cause is, when things like that get viral on social media, people don't actually care about the personal safety of that person they are making meme on. They just want attention. So this is a very bad side of social media, and I think something like this everybody should address, even the people who are making it.
Okay, so Sadik, I have one more question too. Is there any like laws or anything regarding these issues? Like, can that girl take any legal action towards the media or the people that are sharing her videos online?
Yes, I think you can take legal actions. There are rules actually. You can take cyber under the cyber crime. You can file actually a complaint against the people who are listening to. So he has the total right of actually trying to defend us.
Okay, Sadik, thank you for your opinion.
I think other than this meme culture, we should shed light on some other sides of social media as well. That if we go on looking for the comment section of Bangladeshi celebrity social media accounts like Facebook accounts or Instagram accounts, we would see that they are being constantly verbally abused, and there's no measure has been ever taken against this disgraceful action. And I'd like to share some of the screenshots that I've taken. You can see them on screen, how they are being objectified and constantly.
Yeah, those are bad.
I think regarding this problem, education is a big issue. If we see our country, the mass people are uneducated. And what this does is they want to see things that are entertaining and entertaining to the uneducated mind. So when people are educated, they would know what is good or what is bad for the society, for them, how a society can be run perfectly. But as we have such a mass uneducated population, we see different script writers, different songwriters, different producers. They're actually taking the commercial approach. Even though they're educated, they know they want to get the best profit out. So what they're doing is they're writing scripts that fulfills their purpose of commerce. So what they're actually doing is they're creating shows, movies, and songs that are very much irrelevant to our usual lives, our regular lives, or you can say the life of a common person. And they're trying to show a very imaginary world where everything is very colorful and everything is fun. But what this does is, when people start to idealize these type of things, they get a wrong representation of the world. And then we see that they're being involved in different crimes, like harassing a person, or maybe going to an extent to even kill them. So I think education and how education is connected with the media has to do a lot with this type of issues, especially in the modern world where everything depends more on social media.
Exactly, Tahsin, you're absolutely right. Now I want to go to Rukaiya Shaukat, and I want to ask you a question, like how this entertainment business or like entertainment media took the entertainment business of thing to a like a negative wrong side, like how extent it took it, like how negative it took it.
Thank you for asking me. I would like to link up with Mr. Tahsin that he said that entertainment sector is actually kind of like poisonized. If we look at our own entertainment industry, Hollywood, then Bollywood, and then the superior stage we can say for this Hollywood. And I would like to start with the Hollywood. We all know about the movie series James Bond. So if we take a close look at this movie, that they always try to portray a woman like she is a showcase for that movie, so that if she is showcasing like or objectifying, then people will be attracted to that movie. So if we take a close look to the Hollywood movie series James Bond, we can figure out that women are being objectified in this movie series. They aren't saying any catchy phrases, or they don't have any strong dialogues or any act. They're just being objectified. That there is a desirable woman in that movie. That means more viewers will be attracted to see that movie. Then second, with I think this second example would be the most relevant example for this topic, that Bollywood. If we take a close look at Bollywood item songs, that in every single Bollywood item songs, the girls are wearing short dresses just to objectify them, just to showcase their body. That female body is like, if there are more female body, and people will be attracted to that movie or that item song. Even the single that covers that the artists are making, uh, the more they aren't even having that attention more
They're just
even.
using woman in the
Yes, yes.
title and the art. Yeah.
But the item songs, they are using women that are getting more views from the artists who are making their own solo songs or covers. So I have this issue with this topic, that why women always have to be objectified to grab media attention or anything, or movies and songs. Even some Bangladeshi songs, we actually kind of started taking those songs like these are hip hops, and these are so entertaining songs, but we never take a deep look at that they in their lyrics, that are very humiliating and disrespectful for all women, that the lyrics that are actually used.
Yes. Yes.
The main point that
So I want to go to Sadik and ask you that how this issue, like creating and specifying gender roles in our society.
So I do agree with Rukaiya that the entertainment industry is actually they are objectifying women in different ways, and especially in social media, and the people who are involved in those like meme making contents and all these kind of contents, they are promoting these kind of objectifications. They are actually cutting out clips from those movies and those songs, and they are interpreting it with different kind of social situations with the celebrities. So this is actually motivating more people, especially the youth, for actually they are actually believing in those gender discrimination, objectification. This is a very bad thing that we can see in social media. And as Tahsin said, the education standard of our country is a very big reason for those gender objectification.
That's so true, Sadik. Tahsin, do you want to like give a bit of
Um,
opinion on this one?
Yes, I think that what the media is doing is highlighting different type of norms. I mean, if we look at our culture, if the Bangladeshi culture, it always was a bit diverse than the other cultures. But the thing that we all have similarities in most cultures of the world, that there are certain gender roles. Like if we think about women, like what do we see in the TV shows or maybe the movies, that women are always portrayed as captive objects for men. They stay in the house, they do the household chores, and they have a certain amount of expectations, like they have to take care of the children, and basically they're the property of the men. On the other hand, when we think about men in society, what happens is men are also expected to have a completely opposite role. They are expected to go outside, get the food, get the money, and basically these things are being more highlighted through the media when we think about these item numbers, or maybe the movies, how they're portraying it. So the thing that's coming out is that men are the superior ones who will control women, and women will always stay beneath them and be their objects or their positions. So I think media can change this culture if we try to show a more what would I say,
Equal
yeah, more equal representation. And
of
then
both gender.
yes, if we equalize both genders, and the thing will happen is in maybe 5 or 10 years, the youth will idealize those things, and we can go to a shift where the society is better, where women can have equal rights as men, and men will don't feel pressure won't feel pressured with their responsibilities. Then the responsibilities could be equalized, and both genders can have a certain amount of space in the society where they can just sit back and relax, enjoying each other's company.
Thank you, Tahsin. That's a great point, and you pointed out a great thing. That is, like you talked about it, like in 5 or 10 years, the perception of youth will change. So, yeah, I want to conclude this podcast by asking all of you, a question. That is, first of all, I will go to Sadia. Sadia, the question is that what do you think? What will happen to media in like 5 to 10 years, or like in the future of Bangladesh, the context of Bangladesh?
I think considering the recent circumstances or situation, I think already few measures have been taken by the government or some non-government organizations. Like there is an application called DG Word Bangla, which helps children, specifically children, to teach about digital resilience, and also I think there are some telecom operators who provides or conducts nationwide program named Interneter Duniya Jante Hobe, Kothai Jante Hobe. So this kind of measures, I think, in future can help us to better and overcome or maybe reform the current situation, I guess.
Thank you, Sadia. Ruka, do you want to share anything on this question? Like, what do you think the media will be in the future? What is the future of Bangladeshi media?
I actually always hope for the best. And I like to think positive that media will go to such a place that we will be able to proud of our media persons, and the lackings that now we have, it will be switched by some professional people, and they will be able to correct all these lackings that we have. And I hope for the best. That's all.
It's nice to see like a positive mindset about media. Like it's very good to see that. Now I'm going to go to Sadik. Sadik, before we go, what's your opinion on the media that of Bangladesh? Like what will be its future?
I think the future of media in Bangladesh is actually mixed opinion from me, because the people who are involved in the entertainment industry and social platforms, they know how to make content, but they don't know what to actually make. They make everything for the attention of to get the attention of people without the consent of others, and sometimes people get offended. Sometimes they get bullied through social media. So I think for this reason, the cyber crime authority is more careful in future, and we need to teach our younger generations that the education to what to actually post on social media, so that it does not hurt others.
Thank you, Sadik. And finally, Tahsin, I want to conclude this podcast with you. You have the same question. What do you think the future of the media of Bangladesh?
Look, I want to first say that as Bangladeshis, our country Bangladesh is very young. If we look at the overall world map, it's just been the 50th year this year, and in these 50 years, we have seen many progress happening. And if we think about the before generation, the Pakistani generation, it was a complete different scenario there. We were at a dark corner. We didn't even have our own media. We couldn't even say anything. But if we consider that, then we are in a better place now. And I always hope for improvement. I think that as time goes on, our younger generation, as we have the foundation, we have the greats like Rabindranath Tagore, and then we have Kazi Nazrul Islam, we have the Vidyasagars and all. We have the foundation. If we can capitalize on that foundation, if we can build up to a stage of 5 or 10 years, take that education rate higher, more than 80% or maybe more, even more. I always, as I said, I always hope for the best. If we can go to a higher state, maybe there's always hope remaining for us. And I would like to end by saying that I'm hopeful for the media. One day we will have a true representation of Bangladesh, where we can proudly show that this is Bangladesh and how Bangladesh is operating. That's all from me. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great ambition, and that's we all hope that the Bangladesh media like shine in the future, and like it shows the other worlds that no, the media of Bangladesh is very in a state where like it's very trustful and it's very showing what is real to the audience. So guys, thank you so much for coming to the podcast. We'll do this. I think we'll do this in every week, and thank you so much for giving your time and your thoughts and opinion. I hope you guys will join next week as well. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Mahadi.
Thank you.
You have also been a
Thank you so much.
good host. I hope to collaborate to you every week and just continue the journey. And I hope it will be a great journey going forward. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it will be a great experience for every one of us.